Because like during O levels, uh I was just blatantly trying to memorize all the chemistry information, and then although it managed to like help me get an A2 for O levels, I was still not like very confident in my chemistry, and it was probably like when I reflected, it was probably because I memorized. That's why I was not able to get the A1 for O levels. Then as I entered J2, and then I read some of the syllabus and like some of the topics that I will be learning, and I thought it would be quite hard for me to like I think it would be impossible for me to just memorize all of that, and I thought understanding it would be better and easier for me. So then I started looking through Google on chemistry tuitions. Then when I came across winners, and when it mentioned that Sean Chua emphasizes on like getting it right the first time to the basics, then it really caught my attention. So that's why I decided to like immediately just join at the start so that I can quickly pick up the basics first, and yeah, I don't have to keep on going back to every topic every time I forget, and I don't have to just blatantly memorize. Like there's no need for rote learning. As I said previously, Mr. Chua, he focuses on getting the basics right. So because of that, I did not have to keep going back to the same topic or chapter, and I don't have to keep on I don't have to keep on memorizing. And then when he teaches us during lessons, for each chapter and topic, he will like divide it equally into like subtopics. So it's not all like one whole chapter just lumped all together, and then we have to just study all of it all at once. Like for example, like chemical bonding, he will split it into like 4 different categories, and then for each category, he will like go in depth and explain carefully about what each and every detail means. And then while explaining, he also give us um like actual, how do I say, examples of which we can use to memorize or help us understand better. Yeah, and because his explanation is very in detail and he spends quite a sufficient amount of time on it, it really helped me to learn easier and understand better. Yeah, and his classes are also very engaging, so it definitely helped me in my learning as well. Because I find like my lectures and tutorials quite boring, because most of my teachers just like, at least for lectures, most of them just read from the screen. Like they just blatantly read from the screen and the words on their paper. Like they don't they don't really explain to you in detail what all this really means. They just give like surface level explanation. But Mr. Chua gives like very in depth. It's like it really helps me to understand better and easier. Yeah, I would say it was quite smooth sailing because my grades were quite well maintained. Like it was hovering around A's and B's, and then there was for J1 it was mostly A, B, then A, then B. Then for J2, because it was a bit harder, the topics, I was constantly getting B grade. But towards the end, then I started to get A, and then for prelims, I also got A for J2. I think some people might find it slow, but if on the other side, right, it's actually quite, you think about it, it's quite useful, because no matter what, if our school goes too fast, then we wouldn't be able to comprehend all the information all at once also. And so because of by being in Sean Chua's tuition center and him going at a decent pace, like it's smooth sailing. So while our schools are going fast, and then they just teach us like very surface, it's like on the surface. Then Sean Chua goes in depth, and then it like complements it, because the schools go fast and then Sean Chua is like behind, but he's also helping us to understand it as well. So it doesn't really affect for me, it doesn't really affect, because it just helps me to reinforce. I think the type of students that Mr. Chow will benefit most from is the hardworking people, hardworking students, because even in class he also emphasizes that if the student is not hardworking, then they should just leave the class, because to him hardworking students is the ones that will usually succeed, because no matter how gifted someone is or how naturally smart they are, the hardworking ones are the ones that will usually succeed at the end. And I really agree when he said that, because it's very like, important to be hardworking if in order to do well in JC, because JC requires a lot of mental resilience, and the amount of workload there is like, a lot. It's very heavy, even not only for chem, like maths, bio, physics, GP. So if students are not hardworking, then they will not be able to survive in Sean Chua's tuition as well, because his lessons involve a lot of explanations, which is very good. And if you were to slack or not pay attention in his class, then there will be no point, because you will not be able to grasp every single detail that he says, which is important. And students need to be hardworking and focused, because they must have the end goal in mind, of which is A levels. Right? They want to do well, so they have to work hard every day. But of course, Chong Chong also emphasizes that we should take short breaks, because not many can work every day. So because if they work every day, then they'll be burnout. So he still emphasizes on having breaks, like during the weekends, go out with family at least once, which I think was really good. And I also did apply that, and it helped me to get through the tough life in JC. He also mentioned that we chose the JC path because it's faster. It's a faster path to uni. So because we choose that and it's harder, we have to work hard for it in order to do well.